I'm coming home now from taking the dogs swimming at the river here in Virginia, and I went to one of the many state parks. And let me cut this air down a little bit. This is ridiculous. And I just got me thinking. I've been in Virginia since 2007. And I came from California. Virginia was always just a beautiful, beautiful state. It's a commonwealth, whatever. But one of the parks in particular, the one I'm just leaving, was absolutely, I was in heaven, because in California I would have driven 7 hours from Los Angeles to get to a place as beautiful as I can get, 10 minutes from my house, 15 minutes from my house here in Virginia. It's just so beautiful. So many parks, so much wilderness, so many woodlands and marshes and everything you could want if you love the outdoors. But here's the problem. And yeah, it's going to sound racist. You know why? You know why it's going to sound racist? Because everything a white guy says that is even semi against the woke agenda or the agenda they left is going to be labeled racist. So that used to bother me, doesn't bother me anymore. I don't give a shit what you call it. Because if reality's racist, then, oh well, not my fault. Reality's reality. And I will say this. I've seen, since the influx of illegal immigrants, not immigrants. Remember, my wife is an immigrant and spent 10 years becoming a full-fledged citizen, accepting our way of life, pledging allegiance to our flag, and putting America first. That's how immigrants are supposed to come to our country. And anybody with a sane mind welcomes immigrants, because we're all immigrants at some point, unless we're Native Americans. And even they are immigrants if you really count the fact that they probably originated in Asia, but that's a whole nother topic. But once the leftists, the Democrats, the Marxists, once they opened the borders and allowed every single human being into this beautiful country, you could see the effects very quickly. And for years I didn't even go to these parks anymore. I couldn't take it. The trash is off the charts. People literally mostly from South America will come and change their babies' diapers during the summertime. They go to the beautiful river so they can go swimming and enjoy the outdoors like all people want to do. But they would leave their shit-filled diapers all along the shore. No one else is going to pick up somebody else's baby shitty diapers. So they would stack up, and pretty soon it got to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. It wasn't just diapers, it was beer cans, broken bottles in the river, so you had to wear shoes in the water or you'd cut your feet. It's absolute disrespect. So when you go back to their countries, how do I know? Well, I was married for 20 years to somebody from Peru, and I grew up in Los Angeles. I'm very familiar with the Hispanic culture. Spent a lot of time in Mexico, not just Tijuana, but throughout the interior. And I love Mexicans. I love Mexican people. My favorite food on the earth is Mexican food. But the culture needs to change. And my point is, I started thinking about all the money that USAID wasted sending, trying to bring transgenderism to all these foreign countries. You know what I wouldn't mind is if we're going to spend tax money to educate other people, how about teaching their children in school? Start young and teach them to have respect for their own country. No wonder they want to leave their country. I mean, when you go to their country, you see diapers and trash and shit all over the fucking streets and over the parks, so they don't know any better. And that goes for, look at what's going on in London right now. Look what's going on throughout the entire UK, and all the once beautiful European cities are just trashed because immigrants don't give a fuck, by and large, for the most part. There's always exceptions, but for the most part, they don't give a crap about what the next guy has to deal with. It's all about me, me, me. I got a shitty diaper, I'm just gonna throw it on the ground. What do I give a shit? What do I care if it offends somebody else or if it's a health hazard or anything? You gotta teach people to love and respect their own country, love and respect nature, love and respect the land. That's money well spent, in my opinion, not teaching them that, they were assigned to the wrong gender and, here's how you can abort more babies and do it more efficiently. How about keeping the frickin' country clean? How about keeping the streets clean? How about keeping your neighborhood clean? How about keeping your yard clean? How about some self-respect? If they don't know it, then maybe somebody ought to teach it to them, Teach them that instead of this other woke bullshit that just divides and destroys. You know, Mexico, as an example, is one of those beautiful countries on the face of the earth. It could be. It's got the most beautiful beaches, the best food, as I've already said, beautiful women, beautiful people, hard workers, ethical people, for the most part Christians, very good people. They're not dumb. They're super smart. Teach them by example. How do you teach them? You teach them by example. Don't throw your trash on the fucking ground. And when you see somebody do it, call them on it, man. And if you get punched in the face, you get punched in the face. Punch back. But my point is, we can't just sit and wring our hands while everybody destroys every fucking thing that was once beautiful in this entire world. Every country now has fallen to shit. Thank God for President Trump and the fact that we have, you know, at least temporarily reversed this bullshit. But it's going to take a lot more than Trump to get this country back to where it was. And as I said in my last video, the United Kingdom needs to find their Trump. Everybody needs to find their Trump. You don't have to love everything about the guy. Some of what Trump does irritates the fuck out of me, but I would die for him without question because I love his love for this country and I love his decisions. 99.9% of his decisions are for the betterment of Americans. And every country should take that same approach for their own people. Anyways, that's my rant for the day. Hope everybody's doing good. Stay safe. Airborne 80 out.